Hi, Kevin Tuesday and Michael Bowling in the Weather Center. Wanted to give a few things to you for the next couple of hours with regard to the severe weather event that we're expecting late tonight and on into the overnight period into early Wednesday morning. Here's the Storm Prediction Center's outlook, and this represents between now and daybreak on Wednesday morning. So there's obviously different categories here. And one of the things to remember is that any of these colored areas outside of the light green, the darker green, the yellow, that sort of mauve color, and the rusty red, any of those spots can have severe thunderstorms. What this map is showing you is the likelihood is greater as you get into the enhanced and moderate categories. You see the scale there at the top underneath the banner. So the likelihood of severe weather is greater in the Panhandle and across the western parts of Oklahoma. And then again, that represents between now and daybreak on Wednesday. Moving forward into Wednesday, we can see that the severe weather risk shifts to our east. But for the first part of the day, at least until 10 or 11 o'clock, there is still the possibility, that slight risk or marginal risk of severe weather across Texoma. Then through midday in the afternoon, that severe weather risk, the greater risk, will shift into the central, eastern, northeastern parts of Texas and toward the lower Mississippi River Valley. Moving ahead to Thursday, it looks pretty quiet across Texoma. The severe weather risk continuing to shift eastward, and we'll have some cooler air coming in as we get on through the daytime period, noticeably cooler than the past couple of days, less humid as well, and the rain will shut off. Let's talk about some severe weather safety and preparations. This is a new graphic from the National Weather Service, some really good information. Going from left to right, worst options in a tornadic situation is a mobile home, in a vehicle. We'll try and get to a sturdy location, a fixed building, or underneath a highway overpass. We see a lot of this, especially during hailstones, storms, and tornado warnings, that people will be driving along the highway and try and protect their car and pull in underneath an overpass. It's not a good idea. It's not safe, number one. And as other people try and do that, then what you're doing is just collecting and making a big traffic jam that is a further threat to oncoming traffic. A less bad option is a large open room like a gymnasium, any kind of a auditorium room. You want to go to a small room toward the center of the house. Manufactured housing, not a good idea as well. We would love for you in advance of a tornado warning, if you're in a manufactured home, to try and get to some sort of sturdier shelter. Better options, as I mentioned, include an interior room of a well-constructed home or building, a basement if you have one. Best option of all is some sort of above or below ground tornado shelter. Specifically designed FEMA safe rooms are good options as well. Let's move on to the forecast here from the Futurecast, the computer model. Here's what it looks like over time here. We continue to increase the chance for scattered showers and thunder showers, but for Texoma, it really looks like a late night and overnight event. This represents 1 a.m. and this could change as we go through the next several hours, but the greater threat near and just after midnight looks to be north of the Red River into and through the western and central portions, northern portions of Oklahoma. But look where it says northeast or southeast of Lubbock, we see new thunderstorms developing, and those would continue to increase in coverage and move eastward during the overnight period. This represents 5 a.m., a line of strong thunderstorms with some strong gusty winds, some hail, and the possibility of some tornadoes through the overnight period on toward daybreak. Going further on through time, I would say by 9 or 10, maybe 11 o'clock, most of the rain should move east of Texoma. The severe weather threat will be ending. And as we go through the rest of this computer model, we'll see that we have variably cloudy skies and some cooler air coming in, so much more stable air as we get on through the day on Thursday. And that should hold us into the rest of the week and the first part of the weekend. We'll continue to keep you posted here at Texomashomepage.com.